What if I told you the smartest business model in fashion has nothing to do with fashion? It's a company that sold a simple clay brick, stamped with its logo, for $30. It sold out in minutes. Today, that same brick can sell for over $1,000 on the secondary market. This company convinced Oreo to make a special red cookie, which retailed for $8 a pack. Those packs now fetch hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars online. They've sold branded crowbars, fire extinguishers, and hot water bottles. And for every single item, people line up for blocks, sometimes for days, just for the chance to buy it. This is the strange, illogical world of Supreme. You've seen the logo. That simple red box with the white Futura font. It started as a small skate shop in downtown Manhattan in 1994. Today, it's a global phenomenon, valued at over $2 billion. But Supreme breaks all the conventional rules of retail. They spend almost nothing on traditional marketing. Their stores are intimidatingly sparse. And they intentionally make it incredibly difficult for customers to buy their products. So how did a brand that actively pushes customers away become one of the most coveted and valuable names on the planet? How did they create a system where scarcity itself is the product? This isn't a story about t-shirts. It's the story of a perfectly engineered economic engine, built on hype. That's the strategy we're unlocking today. To understand Supreme, you must first understand the drop. Every Thursday morning at exactly 11 a.m., Supreme releases a small collection of new items online and in its physical stores. This is the weekly drop. A few t-shirts, a sweatshirt, a hat, and maybe one of their infamous accessories. But here's the crucial part. The quantity of each item is severely limited. They don't produce enough to meet demand. Not even close. Many items sell out in less than a minute. Sometimes, in seconds. And once an item is gone, it's gone forever. Supreme almost never restocks. This is the complete opposite of a traditional retail model, which is built on forecasting demand and maximizing inventory to meet it. A traditional brand wants to sell as many units as possible. Supreme wants to sell out. This strategy of engineered scarcity does two powerful things. First, it creates urgency. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a powerful motivator. If you see something you want, you can't wait for a sale. You can't think about it. You have to buy it now, or you'll miss your only chance. This eliminates consumer hesitation. Second, it transforms the products into collectibles. By never restocking, every item becomes a limited edition. This is a concept borrowed from the world of art and luxury goods. A Picasso is valuable because there's only one. A Rolex is valuable because they are produced in limited numbers. Supreme applied this principle to a $500 sweatshirt. This model is a masterclass in behavioral economics. It short-circuits the logical part of our brain that assesses value based on utility, and instead triggers the emotional part that craves exclusivity and status. Supreme's founder, James Jebbia, knew that a skate brand could never grow by just selling to skaters. To become a global icon, it needed to embed itself into the fabric of culture. And the fastest way to do that was through collaboration. From the very beginning, Supreme partnered with artists, musicians, and brands that had credibility within different subcultures. Early collaborations with graffiti artists like Resale and Dondi White gave the brand authentic roots in New York street culture. As the brand grew, so did the ambition of its partnerships. They collaborated with high fashion houses like Louis Vuitton and Burberry, placing their street-level logo next to symbols of old-world luxury. This move was genius. For Supreme, it provided a massive boost in prestige and legitimacy. For Louis Vuitton, it provided a direct line to youth culture and cool. It was a bridge between the street and the runway, and Supreme was the toll collector. They've partnered with legacy brands like the North Face, Nike, and Levi's, reinterpreting classic products and introducing them to a new generation. They even collaborated with brands that seem completely random, like Honda for a dirt bike, or Stern for a pinball machine. Each collaboration is a cultural event. It generates enormous media attention and online buzz. It serves as an advertisement that doesn't feel like an advertisement. More importantly, it continuously injects new energy and new audiences into the Supreme ecosystem. A photography fan might discover Supreme through a collaboration with Nan Goldin. A rock music fan might find it through a Black Sabbath collection. These partnerships are not just about co-branding. They are a strategic acquisition of cultural capital. Supreme borrows the credibility and history of its partners, and in return, it gives them access to its unmatched level of hype. It's a perfectly symbiotic relationship that keeps the brand at the center of the cultural conversation. Here is where the Supreme model becomes truly unique. Most brands hate the resale market. They see it as a gray market that they can't control, where counterfeiters thrive and their brand image can be diluted. Supreme, on the other hand, quietly encourages it. Think about it. Supreme sells a box logo hoodie for $168. That's expensive, but still within reach for many of its core customers. Because of the extreme scarcity created by the drop model, that same hoodie can be immediately resold for over $1,000 on platforms like StockX or GOAT. This massive gap between the retail price and the market price creates a powerful arbitrage opportunity. It gives rise to an entire sub-industry of resellers, or flippers, who use bots and other means to buy Supreme products with the sole intention of reselling them at a huge profit. While Supreme doesn't see a dollar from these secondary sales, they receive something far more valuable: free marketing and a constant, public validation of their brand's value. Every time a news article is written about a Supreme t-shirt selling for $2,000, it reinforces the perception of value. It sends a message to the world that these aren't just clothes, they are assets. They are investments. This perception is what drives the incredible hype. The resale market becomes a stock market for hype, and Supreme's products are the shares. This dynamic also creates a halo effect. Even if you can't afford the $1,000 resale hoodie, owning a $30 t-shirt from the same brand makes you feel like you're part of that exclusive world. The extreme value of the rarest items elevates the perceived value of everything the brand produces. By keeping their retail prices relatively low, Supreme ensures that the hype remains accessible. They create the game, set the rules, and then let the free market amplify their message to a level that no marketing budget could ever achieve. So when you piece it all together, the artificial scarcity of the drops, the constant injection of cultural relevance from collaborations, and the validation loop of the resale market, you realize the core of the strategy. The secret to Supreme is that they are not in the business of selling clothing. They are in the business of selling cultural relevance as a tradable commodity. The t-shirts, hoodies, and bricks are just the physical vessels for that commodity. They are like stocks or trading cards. Their value is not based on their material quality or function, but on what they represent: status, exclusivity, and being in the know. The drop model isn't a sales strategy. It's a financial mechanism designed to turn hype into an asset. By controlling the supply so tightly, Supreme has created its own economy. An economy where the primary currency is hype, and the products are just a way of keeping score. They cracked the code on how to monetize exclusivity itself. If that insight just clicked for you, take a second to hit the like button and subscribe for more breakdowns. It helps us know what strategies you want unlocked. The brilliance of the Supreme model is how it has mastered the psychology of the modern consumer. In an age of infinite choice and digital abundance, the one thing that has become truly valuable is scarcity. Supreme understood this earlier than anyone else. They created a closed system where they have absolute control over the most important variable: supply. This allows them to dictate value in a way that traditional companies, who are constantly trying to meet demand, simply cannot. The broader business principle here is the power of a Veblen good. A Veblen good is a luxury item for which the demand increases as the price increases, in apparent contradiction of the law of demand. It's an item that is desirable because it is expensive and exclusive. Supreme took this luxury concept and applied it to streetwear, creating a new category altogether. This strategy has now been copied by countless brands. From Nike's SNKRS app, which uses a lottery system to sell limited edition shoes, to the artist-driven drops of companies like MSCHF. They are all playing the game that Supreme perfected, that in the 21st century, the most effective marketing isn't about getting your product into as many hands as possible. It's about making millions of people wish they could. If you learned something new, hit the like button and subscribe for more strategy breakdowns. And let us know in the comments, what company's strategy should we unlock next?